will never understand how certain people in society can deem people as lazy in an economy that is set up for them to fail. That is literally set up for them to fail. Why do you think so many people are transitioning to van life? Why do you think so many people no longer want to be homeowners? Why do you think the homeless rate has tripled? But that's a whole nother video, because this economy is set up for people to fail. Gas prices are high as hell. Food is high. Food is not even lasting a whole week or 2 weeks. We're not going to even talk about vegetables. We're not even going to talk about fruit. Just to eat healthy is so more expensive than to eat unhealthy. Think about that. But yet, you can deem somebody lazy that's faithfully getting up every week, punching the clock for over 40 plus hours a week, and it's still not enough. We're not even going to talk about the job market, and the pay rates are not matching the level of education or the level of experience. We're not even going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about how so many people are working multiple jobs just to hold their head above water. We're not even going to talk about how some people paychecks is gone even before it gets deposited into their account. We're not even going to talk about how many Americans overdraft just to keep their head above water. But that's a whole nother video and a whole nother story. Stop calling people lazy if you don't know their story.
First of all, once again, stop trying to tell people what to do. We'll call whoever lazy we want to, and you ain't going to do nothing about it. 2, I got a question for everything you just said. For all them people where gas is high now, groceries are too high now, and what we say, homeless rate done triple. First of all, we gotta look at that, because people like her just like to talk and not do any research on it. So let's look at that number and see if homelessness have tripled. And she didn't even give a start time, so we don't even know what time she's talking about. But anyway, to all those questions, to those working multiple jobs to stay above water, here's the thing. When are you going to stop being the failure? When are you going to stop being the failure? Here's the alternative. Take yourself out. Take yourself out the game. Take yourself out the game since everything's so hard. Everything's struggling. You don't want to live no more? Check this out. What have you done so you can put yourself ahead? So you don't have to worry about gas prices. Yeah, gas prices went up to like $6 a gallon here. Okay. But guess what? We need the gas. So guess what? Swipe it. We good. Well, we got it. How many incomes are in your household? How many incomes are being generated into your household? How many? 1? You don't see that as a problem? Even people who got 2-3 jobs. You got 2-3 jobs and you still barely over water? Well, maybe you're not so good at planning or making sure what you're getting is what you need with less amount of jobs. Like, I wanted more money. I didn't need more money. I wanted more money when I got to a second job, to where I'm getting about 2-3 hours of sleep a day. But guess what? My family still don't want for nothing. And then when this passive income kicked in because I thought ahead, now I could go back to one active income. And of course, my wife has an active income, a very good active income, at which that she got her. See, we were sitting there talking about certifications and degrees don't amount up to the amount of pay needed in these jobs. Well, that sounds like a you problem. Like, where did you get your degree in? And did you look at the jobs before you decided to go get that degree or that certificate, whatever the case may be? Did you make sure they were adequate enough? Or did you not? Let's stop taking the accountability and responsibility away from the person themselves and just trying to put it on, hey, it's everything else. This whole country we live in is messed up and deemed for you to fail. So how many of us are out here successful then? How many of us out here are actually thriving? Because if we're thriving, then those that are not saying you need to take any advice, but maybe you need to rethink what would help you thrive. Because maybe right now what you're doing is not working. You can say that. We can say that. If what you're doing is not working, then maybe you need to rethink what you're doing. I'm just saying.
About a year ago, I decided that I was in too much credit card debt that I could be comfortable with. It had gotten over $10,000. I was getting killed on interest. I said, I gotta take a hold of my finances. I locked in, I created a damn budget. I stuck to it. I paid it all off in like maybe 7 to 8 months. Canceled the card because it was enabling me to spend more than I should, right? And I was really proud of it. I actually still am proud of that. As of today, I have 0 credit card debt. But every day that this economy gets worse and worse and my dollar spreads a little thinner than it did a fucking day ago, I'm thinking to myself, what's the fucking point? What's the fucking, why? Fuck it, dude. I'm about to get another card, spend it on whatever the fuck I want. At least have some fun. This is bullshit.
See, now we're talking about having fun and getting another card and going backwards. That's what we're talking about, going backwards. Might as well have a little fun with it. Why? You don't have any credit card debt, so why don't you get another source of income? Figure it out. Like, people will sit there and be like, oh, well, it's so easy for you to say it with no solution to do it. You know what the solution is? Figure it out as an adult. Figure it out as an adult. If everybody had the same mindset, I'm gonna hustle, I'm gonna go get up, I'm gonna make sure me and mine are good. Me and mine, we live off of it don't matter who's in office. Don't care if it's him in office. Don't care if it's somebody else in office. On the other side, we're gonna always be good. We're gonna always get more. It don't matter who's in office. Because you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna figure it out. Figure it out as an adult. Maybe you haven't been told that before. Maybe nobody has given that as an answer to you when you sit there and you complaining to somebody. Like, maybe you don't have good friends. Maybe you don't have good friends who sit there and when you complain and all that, they say, hey, bro, you're an adult, you grown, figure it out. Shut up and figure it out. Maybe you don't have friends like that.
There's not a single person who can convince me that the economy is in a bad state right now when you have things like DoorDash, who reported earnings last week, and guess what? Record number of users, record amount of revenue. DoorDash is probably the most non-essential thing that anyone could ever use. So how could I believe anyone who claims the economy is terrible, that people can barely survive out there if there are a record number of people using that app? I've made videos like this for the past 5 years or so, and the entire time I've had comments from people who have always said, just wait, it's all debt. You don't understand. The economy's about to crumble. It's about to collapse. No one can sustain all this spending. It's all just on credit cards. You just don't understand. Just wait. I've been waiting for like 5 years and nothing's happened. In fact, my life's gotten a lot better over the last 5 years. Now, this is not me claiming that everything's perfect. I'm not claiming that there aren't issues. I'm just saying things aren't as bad as everyone says. The sad part is that pessimists who claim that things are worse than they are and that disaster is right around the corner, they're not happy people. They're miserable. Optimists are the people who truly enjoy their day-to-day lives, and then if something bad does happen, they just deal with it. They find a way. But claiming that disaster is right around the corner for like a decade and then it actually happening doesn't make you right. It just means you were wrong for 10 years before, the economy did its natural cyclical thing. But come on, as long as DoorDash is reporting record number of users spending a record amount of money on their app, get out of here with all that.
Exactly. I don't understand how people sit there and keep trying to say, oh, the economy is bad, but people are constantly still going on cruises, going on trips. People are still, people were mobbing the malls when I forgot what the Jordan was. I thought it was Grays or something like that. But anyway, Jordans had just came out like a month or two ago, maybe a month ago. And people were flooding the malls to get these new Jordans. I'm like, and then AP had just did a collaboration, I believe, a swatch. And so many people are mobbing to try to get one of them $2,000 watches because they're more affordable. And then they talking about the more affordable $3,000 AP watches. I'm like, so let me get this straight. The economy is not bad when it's money going towards something you want it to go towards, when it's not bills, when it's not food, when it's not gas and all that stuff. The money is you want to spend it on that stuff. So the economy ain't that bad enough for you to still buy these name brand things, right? Like, I don't make up your mind. Is the economy bad or not? Is it bad or not? It can't be bad when you still got so many people flooding the malls to go buy these new releases. It can't be. It can't be. Like, what are you seeing now? A bunch of people that are getting online talking about how they're broke and struggling and living paycheck to paycheck, all that stuff. What are you seeing is years of this person not planning anything to put themselves ahead. Why don't you plan to put yourself ahead? You have to think ahead at that moment. You can't just, I'm gonna go to my job and that's gonna be it. And it sucks because that's not enough. It pays the bills, but I ain't got enough left over for everything I need and want throughout the weeks until my next paycheck. It's like, well, why don't you sit down and actually learn how to think ahead? Put yourself ahead. Figure it out as an adult. So many of you have never been told that before. You're an adult. You're grown. Shut up with the complaining and figure it out. Shut up, figure it out. Go sit down, think in a room by yourself. Shut up the complaining on this camera and go figure it out. Y'all let me know what y'all think about people who like to complain all the time about the way the economy is and the way things are going, who never think ahead and never can do for themselves in the comment section. Y'all let me know, man. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. Follow. Till next time, I'm out.
I feel like I'm good on my own. Don't need nobody beside me.